I thought that might be kind of dramatic. That's what I'm going for today. Drama. Hey, everybody. Who all's in here? Charlie, what's up? Roger. Hey, man. Carl, the regulars. Hey, Kelly. Let's get this over with. I don't think it's going to be that long. I don't have that much to talk about, but I mean, I'm always looking for a conversation more than I am spouting my regular crap. Uh, yeah, y'all have no idea how hard this used to be. It was very difficult when I first started doing live streams because I'm not I guess I'm more spontaneous than I am anything else, but having to keep some kind of a rhythm. It's keeping focus and a rhythm and maybe talking about something relevant is very hard for me, and I've had to learn how to do it a little bit better. But my big hey Chris, what's up, man? Levels are great. I was gonna ask how everything is. I'm hoping I'm not blowing everybody out with the microphone. I've had to do some real digging and adjusting, and I just lowered it a little bit because it's banging in the red. I don't want to be what do you call it? Not chopping. When you hit peak levels on audio, it not chops, it does something else. The technical term it's escaping me but right now, but yeah, so how do y'all like my little attempt at a green screen on a live? I didn't know I could do this with OBS. I've settled into OBS. I'm just so comfortable with it, and it's consistent, and it doesn't surprise me as much as Streamlabs. But something popped up on my screen, a YouTube how-to video, how to do green screens. They're like filters. Yeah, where are filters? Oh, you have to add filters. That's what I looked at before. It's like, how can I do green screen? I never could find it. It's a freaking filter. You have to add the filters though. It's kind of a tricky process to get through them. But anyway, I don't like having crap behind my head. I'm not real fond of my face, but some people like to see me talking, so I think this is a happy medium, whereas I don't have all the crap in the background and you get to see me talking. And occasionally I will look right at the camera and go, hey, how's it going? So, hey, how's it going, Charlie, Roger, Carl, Kelly, Chris? Roger, I've already said hello to. No shadow of a doubt. Distortion. Uh, that's not the word I'm looking for. Clipping. That's what you call it. Do y'all hear clipping? Is it sounds like it's cutting off at the high level? Because that's one thing I don't want it to clip, and that's one thing. Yeah, it's a kind of a distortion, but it's distorted because your intensity is coming through so much that some piece of hardware goes up. No, that's too much, and so you're missing audio, and I don't want to do that. So I've just adjusted the audio. So if y'all can give me a thumbs up or just say, hey, yeah, it is not clipping. It sounds great. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, I've been working last couple of days on trying to get this set up. The green screen is definitely not set up right. I had it set up much better yesterday, but something's changed in the lighting. I'm not really sure. I've moved some stuff around. It's really hard. This is basically a green piece of cloth stretched over two tripods. It's kind of a pain in the ass. It's in my way, but it's better than what I had before. And anyway, I can show y'all some stuff on the screen while I'm talking, which is much better. Uh, if you're wondering what's going on with that crap behind my head, uh, I'll put that little thing up there. I'm playing around. Well, I'm not really playing around anymore. This is something I did months ago, but I was very amused. I was trying to come up with something that looks like my logo now that's AI generated. This is probably one of the best ones that I've seen. You know, a circle with my name, a motorcycle silhouette in front, and then, me with my hands on my hips like Green Giant. Anyway, I was playing around with it months ago, and I was really amused with the stuff that that came out. Some of it is very amusing. Some of it's so the tool that I use is not real good with words and hands and feet and sometimes faces. Like this guy's face is kind of screwed up, but anyway, it's just fun. I mean, I think this was a Van Gogh painting. Yeah, these are Van Gogh paintings mixed with a Japanese style. There's all kinds of things that you could do to kind of mix it up, and I just had fun playing with this, and I get a chuckle every time some AI spits out something interesting. And this is probably about half of the ones that you're seeing here, and that's a very gay, homoerotic logo. I didn't make any suggestions. I made slight changes to the wording. It's basically called prompts. When you're trying to get something out of an AI, a bot, you're basically prompting. You're saying, "Hey, I would like this, 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 this." It's basically a phrase, a paragraph, or several paragraphs. This is what I want, and you have the option of choosing styles, like you say, photography, painting, illustration, poster. I mean, there's all kinds of things, and this is kind of a mix of all that stuff. Just just me throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what sticks. That's like a Japanese manga style, I think. Except the words didn't come out too well. Hey, what's up? No Shadow, Jamie. What's up? String Twister. Hello. I love everybody chiming in, man. I really like to see who all shows up. And oh, I've got another graphic here. Let me try this out. Boom. I'm really interested in this more than anything else. Where are you from? I got 20 to 30 people in here watching. Where are you guys from? I'm always curious about where everybody's from. Not that I'm ever going to be able to keep up with it, but if you say it enough, like I've got somebody that says it every time they show up for a live stream, they say, "Hey, it's Bob from," I can't remember where they're from. But that I will eventually get that. I will eventually get, "Oh yeah, that's the dude from Nebraska. Oh yeah, it's the guy from," yeah. So yeah, I'm really curious. You don't have to tell me your town if you don't want to. Just a region. The city's cool. If you're proud of your city and you don't care, nobody's gonna track you down. I'm certainly not gonna track you down. St. Joseph, Missouri. You're the first fella from St. Joseph I've ever talked to, Dave. New Jersey. I got a few people from New Jersey. Pop in, pop out. Oklahoma, yeah, cool. Kentucky, well, I know that. Bruce. Down and out. Greetings from Nashville. Oh yeah. That's my buddy Solon. Uh Eric from South Carolina. What's up, Eric? Average viewer, Cincinnati, Ohio, Fultondale, all the way up in Fultondale. Somebody was trying to get in touch with me is it yesterday or today? Somebody is close by. Was that you, Jamie? Somebody is wanting to meet up. And yeah, meetups are probably not going to be very many unless you're in Alabama for the next month or so. But yeah, I'm always down for a meetup, especially people that comment. Um, People that have never commented on my videos, never showed up to a live stream and never commented. I don't know you. Man, odds of you getting me hanging out with you are very slim, unless I may do the group meetups. I don't know. That just seems kind of that seems kind of like autograph signing to me. It's like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna be hanging out here. If y'all want to show up, that'd be cool. But I can't imagine me having that many people that want to show up. I guess it's just hard for me to imagine. But for somebody that I know, somebody that comments all the time, like Bruce and Solon, and um, the people that I know, hell yeah, man. If I'm headed your way, I'll tell you where I'm gonna meet or where I'm gonna be. We'll grab a beer, grab some dinner, camp, hang out. Fuck, man, I love doing that stuff. That's all the time. That's open invitation to anybody that comments. Now, if I don't know you, if you don't comment, if you're a stalker or a serial killer and you just that's what you do, you ride around killing YouTubers. that's that's that is damn. I gotta stay on top of this thing. I got a lot of stuff today, and I've got to stay on top of it. If you don't understand how OBS works, how this software works, it's got two screens. It's got one that you can work on and jiggle things around, and then you've got another screen that's what's active. And I keep forgetting that it's not active. It looks good on this screen, and I forget to hit the transition button when it moves it over to that. But everybody's doing fine. Everybody's answering the question anyway. Carl, what's up, man? West Palm. Not proud of anything. West Palm's not that bad. Although I did see some girl just got arrested in West Palm. I think that was this morning. I was watching her. She was walking out of a Publix with, apparently she had a buggy full of bottled water. And one of the employees is going, "Oh, somebody's thirsty." And she turned around and said, "Something, are you fucking with me?" And punched the guy. And a cop was standing inside the store, had his body cam on, and went out there and snatched her up and arrested her. She's freaking out. "Oh, I'm oppressed because I'm so pretty." And she wasn't pretty, by the way. But that's that's funny. West Palm, that was this morning. El Paso, capital of Baja, Mexico. I love that, Roger. That's awesome, man. Carl from Alabama. That's good to know. Chris, northeast of Atlanta, about an hour from hell. Oh yeah, beautiful, man. You're a lucky dog. That is a wonderful area. I love hanging out, riding in that area. Central Arkansas, C. South of St. Louis. BD is south of St. Louis. Cool. I guess better being south of St. Louis than in St. Louis, right? I mean, I don't know. Some people might like St. Louis. I've just never heard anything good about it. And usually when I scoot through there, it's like, let me get through here. Let me get through here. Phoenix, hello, Arizona. Arizona Jake, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, Huntsville. Oh, wow, we got you bike too. Hitting the tat next spring. Well, WTF, that's one of the things I want to talk about today because I've got all this footage that I haven't edited on the tat. I think I've got 8 more episodes, but I've got to get some guidance from the people that are doing the tat. I'm sure a lot of people that are actually planning on the tat are like, yeah, give me everything you got. You don't want everything I got, but like there's this middle ground, even on some of the more epic adventures, like 20, 30 minutes is usually, that's about the most that people will watch. And I'm trying to be conservative, although the video that I'm about to play, it's unedited. It's just all the clips that I got that are kind of, well, some of it is edited. I'm slowly trying to put it together. I just hate editing those long videos because it takes forever and I lose inspiration. Anyway, I'm sitting on my ass. What the hell else have I got to do? Yeah, 32 people. Jamie Cherry, no, that wasn't you. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was somebody else. There's a lot of people from Alabama that watch. I'm not sure. I think I've had a lot of people from Alabama watch it for a while. Liverpool, hell yeah. It's where that Beatles are from, right? Bigian? Not sure how you say. Oklahoma, what's up, Howard? 2 Oklahomas in the house. You're welcome here anytime, mate. Good. Chris, thanks, man. Dothan, Alabama. Yeah, see, there's a lot of people from Alabama. I once made a lot of videos about Alabama because I did a lot of riding around here, so probably that's how so many people from Alabama are like, yeah, what do I do with this motorcycle? Oh, there's this guy making videos about this thing up there. I could go see that. He's on his motorcycle. I guess I could get on my motorcycle. That's the only thing I could think of. That and maybe Bama rides. I don't know. A bunch of people I never met. Kentucky, what's up, Jeff? All right, there's 34 people watching. Anytime you want to chime in with your where you're from, that's fine. But I do want to get into some topics so it's not just me going blah, blah, blah. So let's talk about the news, the latest. Um, Probably the most exciting news for me is my buddy Luke has been pestering me to get a accident report from my crash, and he even called. Did he call? Yeah, he called the county where I crashed. Got the phone number. I can't remember. He pushed and prodded, and I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I would like to thank those deputies that showed up, and then he was like, crash report. And I was like, yeah, I'll get the crash report. I don't think there's anything going to be on there, but and then I went to their website, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, video. I could request video, and I was like, oh man, that would be amazing if I could get some body cams, especially from the deputy that was walking around taking such good care. There was another deputy walking around too, but I'd just fallen off my motorcycle. I would never remember either one of them. It could have been two fantastic deputies walking around at the same time, and I don't know, but one that just stands out that walked up and said, man, uh, what can I do for you? And this is after I've got like 6 or 7 tourniquets on my leg. I've got my leg elevated. He may have been involved in that. I don't know. But I was just really impressed that this guy just walked up, badge and a gun, and says, what can I do to help? What do you need me to do? And I was like, man, look here. And I gave him a whole long list of stuff. And he saved my butt. He saved my butt in many ways, and I want to talk about that later, but I reached out. I called I think I called, I emailed, called. Yeah, no, I called. I talked to the records clerk. Her name is Jana. I'm going to tell you this whole story too. But anyway, um, long story longer, um, I'm I'm trying to manage this screen at the same time. Uh, I talked to Jana, and she said, "Oh yeah, we can do all that." She kept saying, "These are your videos." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, cool, yeah, they're my videos, yeah." And she rounds up the records, and I said, here's the. It was 25th. It was about 11 o'clock. Out on the interstate, just outside of Paducah. And a few days later, she's like, I got 27 videos. It's 2 hours. Give me your mailing address, and I'll send it. It's all on a flash drive because I can't put that many videos on a server. I was like, okay, cool. What else do I need to do? And she said, not a thing. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so great. Not just that maybe I can see what's going on my face, my leg, I haven't even asked. I was going to wait for the videos before I did anything else. Then I'm going to ask her for the incident report, the crash. I don't think there's going to be anything on there. I don't think anybody said, well, he got thrown off the motorcycle and got up under the tractor. I don't think anybody is going to be able to tell me that or not, but that's something I want to explore later. But uh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to keep it all together. It's really hard. It's really hard for me to be a producer at the same time as all this. Um, Anyway, so that flash drive, that thumb drive is in the mail with 2 hours of footage. And that sounds about right. If you think about it, they're probably working the wreck, not just taking care of me, but working the wreck, cleaning everything up. I'm sure once they push me in the ambulance, it's probably another 45 minutes before the wrecker shows up. Anyway, I just think that would be all very interesting footage to see. And I think maybe you guys would be interested. Hell, I could run it in the background like I'm running this stuff right now. running it in the background. Oh, Gadsden, Alabama. Oh, that's you. So yeah, I knew that, man. But there's a lot of Alabama people in here, so um, maybe you can interview the deputies on your channel. That would be cool. Well, the one thing I've really thought about is going back up there and freaking shaking their hands because um, Luke, the guy that's poking and prodding me, he's a firefighter, and he mentioned that, and I was like, man, I would love to go back up there and thank them for I don't know if I can't remember if he put a tourniquet on my leg or not, but probably. I'm sure he's got some military training, so I'm sure he was probably, you know, what are these band-aids these people have been putting on? Let me somebody put a wrench on my damn leg. I was like, oh, that's too tight. And I don't know if that was him or if that was somebody else. I said, no, 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 it's got to be. I was like, damn, that hurts though, dog. Just want to let you know. I don't want you to sever my leg above the knee. Anyway, I think that may have been him. But Luke was saying, he said, he's a firefighter. So he's like, we never find out what happened. We never know. We take the broken people and put them over there, and we never find out. We never know. And I was like, yeah, that gives me even more incentive to go up there and go, hey man, thanks. Let me share the rest of the story with you. Hell, nothing else. Hey, here's a playlist. Here's the play-by-play action. If you didn't notice, and I would love to make a video going, this is the guy, or these are the two guys. These are the two guys that probably saved my life. And if nothing else, they got my damn top box off my bike and it went to the hospital with me, which means who knows what the hell would have happened to it had it gone to the wrecker with the wrecker. It would have at least got rained on, I'm thinking. I don't know. I'd hate to disparage people. I just know what happens when your cars get towed. People go in your shit and they take what they want. And I had all my cameras and my laptop and all the stuff that was important to me that I actually got when I was in the hospital. So the only thing that was made my stay in the hospital bearable was the ability to talk to everybody. I had my phone. I don't know how the hell I kept up with my cell phone and my glasses. I don't know how the hell that happened because that never happens with shit like this. Anyway, yeah. So the body cam is on the way. Hopefully, that'll be something interesting that y'all can see. Maybe it'll be a live stream. Maybe it'll turn into an interview with these deputies. Who knows? Good to be alive. Yes. We'll be able to ride in the future. I sure hope so. I can't imagine if my buddy Richard can do it. He showed me how to do it. I'm sure it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be hard, but if I've got another leg, I don't see why I couldn't. Don't have audio. You don't have audio. What does that mean? What does that mean, Johnny? There are a few good civil service government employees out there. It all depends on where you are. I think there's a lot. I think you don't hear about the good civil servants. You don't hear about the heroes, the real heroes that are out there serving selfishly. You don't hear about them. You just hear about the dirtbags. You hear about the people that are, causing chaos in the universe. And I hate that. I want to say probably majority. I would say probably 90% of the people out there putting their ass on the line every day, wearing a gun, wearing a vest, wearing a badge. They're out there, serving and protecting. And then, 10% of the 10% that are not outstanding people, there's probably 2 or 3% of that's criminals. And then, it's the other people that just, they probably shouldn't be wearing a badge. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Few good. Dude, I was talking with some writing friends and your name came up and we spoke about your situation. Cheers and all the best with your car. Thanks, Zach. Zachary Spence. Where are you from, Zach? I'm sorry, I'm getting off. I'm losing track. I'm losing my ground here. Got Sam. Oh, good. No worries, you're doing great. Smyrna, Georgia. Hey, Sam. A lot of pain. Is that what the better part? Pain is getting much more manageable. The one thing I'm almost out of these meds. Gabapentin. That's my big go-to med. I've got pain medicine here, but I rarely take it because this handles most of it, and when it doesn't, I'm usually just behind. So gabapentin, it's like a nerve pain. It's not a narcotic. It's basically the way I understand it, it kind of short circuits the nerve pain. But the downside is it kind of gives me some double vision too. So, and that's getting better. Everything's getting better. Oh, Willie Nelson, what's up, man? Nice to see you on live. Good to see you too, bro. How's Atlas doing? BC, Canada. Chris, welcome, man. Gilbert, Arizona. I'm not sure where Gilbert is. Grumpy. Is that down south? Howard Beach, NYC. Welcome, Chris Crazy. The brothers, Winston-Salem. All right. Audio is fine here. That's good to know. Tank bag go to the hospital with you. I don't remember. Yes, I did. I did ask for my tank bag. Tank bag and the top case. And I think all the loose stuff too. I think all my dry bag and stuff, the stuff that didn't fall, stuff that didn't fall off before the crash, all that stuff went with me. I want to talk. I want to talk about some of my gear. My camping gear. I've got a pinhole in a bag that went sliding down the damn interstate. Pinhole. It's more than a pinhole, like a writing pen maybe. I've got so many things I want to talk about. Let's love to see the footage of the wreck. You mean the body cam, Jamie? I know you've seen the previous videos that I've made, right? Hi there from Colorado. Can't wait until you are back on the bike and adventuring again. I can't either, Linda. Damn it. I got buddies out in Colorado right now, and they're taking pictures of them hanging out together at camp, and I'm like, this is tough. I mean, I'm glad they're out there doing it, but it's tough. It's tough seeing that. It's tough seeing people having fun without me. Sometimes if you close the stream and then open it again, it works. I'm not sure. Oh, you're talking about for the viewers? Oh, most cops are at the best when the shit hits the fan. Thank God. Yeah. Except for that, what was that school shooting recently where they all just kind of hung out outside being chicken shits? I want to beat them all. I think all those guys should be fired. If you're not gonna put your life on the line, don't be a cop. If you're not gonna protect and serve, don't be a cop. Don't be in it just for the check. What's up, Edmund? Where are you from, Edmund? I was on the gabapentin. That stuff messed me up. I was supposed to be diving a big rig, and it made it real hard. I bet. When I was in the hospital on gabapentin, I couldn't see. I couldn't see across the room. Everything was. I thought it was a head injury. I thought, man, I've got something really wrong with me. I can't see. Put my glasses on, I can't see. And my close-up vision is bad. My far-off vision is still pretty good, except on gabapentin. And I've been trying to wean myself off. It's just the pain just gets unbearable if I try it. So, Argentina here. Whoa, what's up, App Ventures? Phoenix, Grumpy, yeah, man. Love all your idea about stealth camping. Well, great, man. Hopefully I'll be doing more of those videos very soon. Conversely, did you lose anything? Well, all the stuff that came off during the crash. So the sleeping bag, the little cooler dry bag thing, and then trash. I never saw the video where the trash bag's coming off, but it had to have come off first. And then I'm not sure. Oh, I lost. So I just realized this last night. I was like, man, where's my damn sweater? I've been wearing this green fleece sweater, this ugly ass zip up fleece forever, years, over a decade, well over a decade, maybe like 15 years. And I just realized, like, man, I haven't seen that thing. Where the hell? I was like, shit. I was wearing it when I wrecked. They cut it off me just like everything else. And it didn't make It didn't go with me. Um, but anyway, yeah, I'll miss that fleece. I got lots of other fleece that I can wear. It's just none of them are dependable. I know exactly what the performance of this fleece is. I know exactly what to expect, and it's gone. So now I got to figure out something else to do with some other. It had burn holes in it. That's how many campfires I've been in front of where a spark comes up and burns the hole. I mean, it had probably 6 or 7 little tiny burn holes in it. Cerebral palsy, and it's tough, but I can't imagine losing a limb. But you amaze me. You're definitely an inspiration. Hey, I hope so, Jamie. Yes, the body cam. That was Uvalde. Now, Jamie, you're not Harvey's daughter, are you? Somebody reached out to me the other day, and I think, yeah, Jamie is Harvey's daughter. Reached out to me. Yeah, is that you? I know she's got CP. Body cam. Dog Patch, Tennessee. Where the moon comes over. Oh yeah, cool. Well, the moon comes over the mountain and jugs. That's funny, man. Dog Patch. Gotta remember all this stuff. Gainesville, Florida. I've been to Gainesville many times. Berkeley of the Southwest. that's not that's not a good nickname. Luther, Iowa here. You hid out in my Oh wow. Hey, what's up, dude? Think crash bars, imagine engine guards would have made a difference. No, I don't think anything. I probably need to go do. It seemed like I did a walk around of the bike, but it was low lit. I need to push the bike out. I need to get the damn thing started. I put the key in it the other day. It's very little damage. Considering the damage that's on me, there's very little damage to the bike. Bunch of scratches and a bent foot peg. That's it. And it won't start, but I'm pretty sure when I got the deputy to cut the tank bag, I'm sorry, the top box off. I had the top box wired directly to the battery. And I said, you're going to have to cut that wire. So I think when he cut the wire, it blew a fuse. I mean, that's the only thing that makes any sense why it won't start. Otherwise, it's just a battery. There's no damage to the bike, really. Scratches. The side cases are wonky. One of them's smushed down a couple of inches down below the other one. You know, the one that went sliding down the road on that side. Luther. Yeah, man. Good to hear from you, dude. Uh, was I was watching you last year and a half and didn't believe it when you crashed. Man, I didn't believe it either, App. Really, really happy to see you. Hopefully riding. So, yeah. That is you, Jamie. Now I got the name with the. Okay, cool. Now I know who you are. Colcord, Delaware County, Oklahoma. Man, Oklahoma. I used to hate Oklahoma until I rode from one side of it to the other in the dirt. That changed my mind. I really like Oklahoma now. I'm really glad to have done that. Now that I caught up on the chats, yeah. So that video's that thumb drive full of video is on the way. I can't wait to see it. I want to tell that story, and I want to tell the rest of the story about the aftermath. Um, but I think that whole story is going to shape up depending on what is on the body cams, because that could be a hell. I don't know. If it's 2 hours of video, hell, it could be 2 hours. I can't imagine that being a 2 hour story. I think it's going to be like a 20-minute, 30-minute story, and then maybe I'll share the rest of it. But I really want to talk about the aftermath of that crazy ride to the hospital that's only 3 or 4 miles away that felt like we were going down a dirt road with potholes in it. And then a real hazy time in the ER. And then next thing you know, they're smashing me into a helicopter and taking me for a 800-foot ride over the treetops. That was pretty cool. I just wished I would have been in a better mood and not been tripping balls. 'Cause they shot me They shot me up with ketamine and I was tripping balls. Still in pain. It didn't do anything for my pain. But it kept me from ripping that nurse's face off or stuffing my foot in the glove compartment. Anyway, that's a whole other story. I want to tell that story too. Um, in other news, this is kind of funny. I want to I want to tell this story, but I need to get this crap off the screen so I can so so I can tell this story. AI titles, no thank you. So I had my first fall yesterday. My first fall since my crash. I haven't fallen since my crash, but it has been my biggest fear, absolute biggest fear, because that's, I didn't want to fall anyway because I can't fall. These wrists are screwed up. Oh, this elbow screwed up, the shoulder, everything's screwed up. I don't have a leg to stand on. No, I have one leg to stand up. But anyway, that was my biggest fear. And not just that, they reinforced it in the hospital. It's like, you don't want to fall. You really don't want to fall. You will set yourself back weeks, if not months, if you fall. And I was like, yeah, yeah, you don't have to tell me. I've been very careful. Anyway, yesterday, I got up on the scale. I got up on the scale, and you can't get up on the scale in a wheelchair. You got to get up on a crutches. So I got up on the crutches, and I can't even tell the story just because it's so funny. I got up on the crutches and I put my feet on the stairs or on the. It was really hard. It's a very sensitive scale, but it's glass and it's about that far off the ground. So I got to get up on the scale, put one foot, try to center it, try to find the center because you can't really. It'll take some screwed up measurement if you're off center. And same with 2 feet. It's the same thing. You move your feet around if you don't like your score. But anyway, I wanted an accurate weight because I need to start losing some weight. And I got up, tried to find the maximum that it went up to. It went up to 292, so I think that's my weight, which doesn't is not real exciting because I think my leg weighed 15 pounds. So if you say, well, you lost 15 pounds, I'm probably about where I was when I left the house, which is not great. But anyway, I was like, okay, 292 it is. It's went down to like 260, 274, everything. It's like, so finally it's like 292. That's what I'm going with. It's 292. If I put my foot in the center. Maybe next time I'll weigh with a foot on one side and my crutch on the other. And that's, I don't know, it's 8 pounds of crutch. So maybe that'll even out a little bit. But, even out my weight too. So anyway, I'm stepping off the scale. Wheelchair's behind me. I step off the scale. It's not funny, except I'm so lucky that it happened like this. So the leg, the foot holder to my chair, I've got the left one is taken off, but the right one props up my stump, and it was sticking out. I forgot it was there because I'm backing off the thing, and I stumbled into the chair, lost my balance, stumbled, my butt hit the back of the chair basically, and I'm like, oh shit. And that was like fractions of a second of me falling into the chair, but the chair took 20 minutes to fall. 20 minutes. And I'm in my bedroom here, right? So the 20-minute fall backwards, I'm like, oh man, my head's going right to the bedpost, which sticks out. It's probably, as I'm falling, it's probably 3/4. It's enough to kill me as I put my back of my head onto the bedpost. And I'm like, okay, 20 minutes. I got time to think about my impending doom. My life's flashing before me. And then wait a minute, where's this other one? Oh, there it is. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm about to die. I'm about to fall into this. I'm about to fall into this ridiculous death scenario, and I don't know. What wound up happening is I fell halfway up the back of the chair, pushed the chair over. The chair fell into the bed. It was about as soft a landing as I could have ever had, but I was like, oh wow, I'm not broken in half. My neck's not broken, and I was really just working things around. I was like, wow, I don't think that could have gone better. I think I actually landed on the mattress of the bed. The bed pushed the bed out of the way, and then I fell on the floor, and then I flopped around like a turtle on its back for a couple of 3 minutes, and it's so funny. I'm in my brother's house, but he had his grandkids yesterday, and they're just, I mean, it's insane, running through the house screaming, and I'm like, I wonder if anybody heard me, and if they did, would they be able to discriminate my fall and my near-death experience? Would they be able to discriminate that from kids running through the house throwing shit? And it's just insane here. And I thought about that for a minute. I was like, okay, how the hell am I going to get up? I could have easily called somebody and says, hey, come in here and help me. But I was like, I'm a one-legged guy. It's not easy for me to get off the floor with two legs. Especially I've got a bad knee injury on my good leg, the only good leg I've got left. And it makes it really hard for me to get on top of that knee. The other knee is, it's better, but it's still very tender. I've got really bad knees. Anyway, I sat there for a minute. I was like, how am I going to do this? I was like, let me get something under my knee. I grabbed a pillow, pulled it under my knee. I was like, if I can get up on this, I can get up. No problem. I'll find something. There's something I can grab a hold of and work my way up. Wasn't easy, but I crawled up into the wheelchair. And anyway, that, that was a trip. So I got that going for me. uh, yeah, it took me, I would say at least 3 or 4 minutes to get up off the floor, which is not, I'm not proud of that, but anyway, it's ridiculous is what it is. Hmm. So I guess let's talk about the stuff, the future going forward. And everybody wants to know motorcycle. Yeah, of course. If I can walk decently, I can't imagine what would hold me back off a motorcycle. I just got to learn how to ride differently. I got to figure out the rear brake. But the big thing for me now is walking. That's all I want to do. I just want to be independent and be able to do my own thing and walk. So motorcycling is high on the agenda, but it's very low compared to walking. So walking is the main objective for the first 3 months, for the next few months. But I do want to talk about why I can't get this chat thing to do what I want it to do. Ah, here we go. It's always a pain in the ass. Any female friends in your life now? Yeah, I got a few female friends. I was hoping to meet with one this week. Look at a couple maybe. I want to meet with female friends, not love interest, friends. If that's the question, I don't have any love interest right now, and I hate for anybody to think, I thought I was gonna get laid. I thought, yeah, that's way more complication I need in my life right now. So, thank you, but no. Yeah, I've got lots of female friends. Females tend to put up with my bullshit more than my male friends. I think. Uh, where did I leave off? Female friends, Concord, Delaware. Hola, Dan. It's Dawn. I'm Dawn, Al. Lost my left foot on my bike, 1222, on my third prosthetic. Ooh, third prosthetic. Well, we need to talk, Al. I need some more intelligence on remember to share my notes. Yeah, man. Um, what I should do is teach y'all how to get in touch with YouTubers, specifically me. Somebody just reached out to me from Alabama, and I can't remember who the hell it was, but they were like, hey man, would love to hang out. I was like, if you're in Alabama, it's really easy, especially the next few months. next few weeks at least. And I was saying, hey, look, go to my channel page. There's the links for Facebook, and if that doesn't work for you, there's a email link. And he basically threw up the flag that half my viewers throw up. Is like, I'm not very technical, and I'm not on Facebook. It's like, yeah, shit, man, I don't know what to do. I'm not posting my email address in the comments, so. But there is a way. If you go to the channel page, there is, depending on how you're looking at it, there's a click down link. When you go to Motor Giant, the channel page, you see all my videos there. There's a right next to the description and all that stuff. There's a drop down thing, and there's all kinds of stuff hidden in there. One of them is, you can get in touch with me. Any of those links that I've got, you can get in touch with me. There's many ways. If you're a technical idiot, you may have to get your grandkids to help you, but it's all right there. That's the best way to get in touch with me. Anybody wants to reach out and say, hey, anybody wants to hang out, anybody wants to send me a 6-pack, that's the best way to do it. And I hate that it is a little bit complicated, but if you just do some poking around, most people that are tech tards, one of the kindest things I can call you folks, most of the tech tards think that they're dumb, and they're not. They get frustrated. They get easily frustrated with technical things that they don't understand, and they go, oh, there's a wall. And really, there's a wall with doors and windows and drawers and all that, and they just don't see that. They go, there's a wall. I can't get through here. And they go, fuck it. And I don't want to have to put together a how to navigate YouTube. But I think it's important because especially, it's getting to the point where it's really hard for me to keep up with my comments. So if you have something important to say to me, comments are usually the worst place. It's a great place to start. I'm still doing a pretty good job keeping up with comments, but it's that YouTube comment section is a terrible place to actually communicate. It's a great place to drop a comment, but to have a conversation, it's almost impossible, because that's the other thing that I need to tell everybody. It's like, I try to read all the comments. Right now, it's manageable. But where I get lost is the replies to comments. So once you comment and I come in and go, hey, yeah, that sounds good. That's great. I agree. And you reply to that comment, I don't see those. 90% of those, unless I'm very diligent, and they don't even show up in my comment management page. It doesn't show up there ever. It never has. And the only way for me to ever see them is to look on the YouTube page where I can see all the notifications, but they get lost in there. So what I'm trying to say is, again, YouTube is a terrible place to communicate. So I would love to talk to all of you, but there's many other ways to do it. I don't like Facebook either, but it's better than YouTube as far as communication. I've got a adventure group on Facebook. It seems like it's easier to keep up with conversations. It's much easier to have conversations there and be seen. You got like a 95% chance of me seeing all the communications you leave on the Facebook. But not just that, email. I've got my emails published. I'm just not going to publish it for all the bots, all the Chinese spam bots. I don't. So I'm sorry if there's some technical problems, you guys getting in touch with me, but I've got 6, 7, 8 different ways to, if you just make the effort. I would love to talk to you guys. Especially if it's an interesting, important conversation. I would love to have that conversation. So, share my notes. Al, I think I was trying to respond to you, man. I would really like to talk to you. So please reach out. Mitchell, Indiana. Hoosier Hills and Back Roads. Wow, I know that name, and I'm trying to place you. We've had a conversation before, and I'm having a hard time recalling it. Hoosier. Here in Argentina, we have a ton of places to stealth camp. Hopefully, you'll be here. Oh, dude, I would love to go to South America, and specifically Argentina. I would love that. That's very high on my to-do list. But first, I got to conquer Mexico, man. I got to get down to Mexico. I gotta feel confident um, traveling. God, the problem with South America is the only way I'm going to be able to do that. I'm not taking my motorcycle down there. I'm not doing that. I'm going to have to either rent one or buy one down there, and that's another financial huge step for me. So, especially now that I don't have any money. But yeah, that doesn't say I don't want to do it. And on top of that, I'm going to have one leg, and that makes things a lot more difficult. Especially, I don't know the prosthetic industry down there. If I break my leg, my prosthetic leg, can I get it fixed in Argentina? I'm guessing yes, but I don't know how easy it's going to be. Hell, I don't know how easy it's going to be here. Ah, Marcelo, yeah, Marcelo. Channel. It's just a channel we're doing some videos. Yeah, cool, man. I would love to come hang out with you in Argentina, Marcelo. Let's put that on the list. Tism for putting the videos Farby together. It means a lot to me. He was a cool dude. Yeah, I agree. I miss your dad. Thank you so much. Okay, I didn't get the tism. You're very welcome. Sorry for laughing, but this is funny. I've had some crazy falls myself. I bet, Jamie. Well, usually I try to limit my falls, and that was kind of embarrassing but funny too. And how it didn't fit you properly. I can weld you up a custom piece length. Willie, I appreciate that, man. I think my temporary peg leg is going to do okay for now. I hope, dude. I really think that there's a market for custom peg legs now. Because I'm thinking that's the market leader. It's $170. I mean, I think you can still buy a bicycle for that. I mean, I'm really happy to have something other than crutches. So I shouldn't be bitching. And I made a review, and it wasn't a glowing review of the damn thing, but it was like, it's not that bad unless you're 6'2". Unless you're taller than 6'2" or have a 40-inch inseam. And then you're kind of fucked. Anyway, so let's get back to staying on topic. Next. So I'm thinking, just by the way my leg is healing, the almost all the scabs and the wounds, almost all of them are healed up on my leg. So I'm thinking with the healing rate that I think I will be okay for a fitting in about a month. But that also means I'm going to be stuck in this freaking house for another month or with limited mobility. And certainly I'm not going to be able to get much accomplished. So I'm stuck sitting around in the house and I want to do something productive. So I've got a few things in mind. I want to run them by you. Uh, uh, so I think I mentioned it earlier, let me go ahead and run that. I have got, I think, about 8 more videos on the tap. I think. Video source. Come on now. Man. Oh, here we go. My video source is not working. Oh, crap. That's the wrong one. Sorry, y'all. If I had a producer, none of this would be a problem. Let's get rid of this. Oh. I'm wondering why this thing is not working. Loop. Shuffle. Okay, why? Oh, here we go. Yeah, just had to go forward. So this is some footage from the I think it's episode 22. Um, I think I've got 8 more. Um, Shit, maybe I should do the transition. Um, I think I've got 8 more episodes. And this is an hour long clip. I've started editing, and I'm not sure exactly how much more editing I need to do. But I would say this could probably easily be a 45-minute video. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. One of the many things, like, is anybody interested in watching these tat videos other than the tat guys? I know if I was uh, subscribed to this channel and I was looking at doing the tat, I would want to watch all the footage. I would want to watch everything. Well, I want to know what I'm in for. I don't want I don't want all the magnificent surprises to be taken away or spoiled or any of that. But I kind of want to know what I'm in for. What should I be prepared for? And Richard and I both watched a lot. I think he watched probably 3 or 4 times as many videos as I did because he knew everybody. It's like, oh yeah, you got to watch this guy. And what's funny, I'm trying to remember the guy that we watched. He did a really good job. His were seemed like his videos were like 30, 40 minutes, but he did basically the same kind of sections that we did. But what's really funny is we're watching the video of a creek crossing. It's a concrete creek crossing, like it's a creek, and the road is dirt, and it goes down into the creek, and the creek is concrete. Well, I just always assume anything that's flat rock or concrete or asphalt or anything, if it's covered with water, I just always assume it's ice. And and we saw the crash of this guy. I can't remember the guy's name. Anyway, you'll learn so much from watching videos like that. You know what you're getting into, and that's one of the things that it's like that's kind of a spoiler, but it's also good to know because Richard went down. I was in front of him, and I had him in the rear view, and his rear just stepped out. And I think the only thing that makes any sense is I think he was on the throttle. I don't know. That's what I told him when I was helping him get up out of it. I was like, man, it looks like you were on the throttle. He's like, no, I wasn't. I was like, yeah, okay. Well, were you on the brakes? Because you could see the tracks. The tracks, his rear stepped out. And he went down, and I was like, man, I don't ever put any inputs in crossed creeks like that because they're always covered with slime, and they're worse than ice. They're worse than black ice sometimes because it doesn't take anything. Once you start skidding, there's no recovery. It's kind of like your front wheel washing out in the rains. Like you're not recovering from that. You're going down. Anyway, yeah, I'm kind of curious. The non-tat people, the non-dual sport adventure riders, is this of interest to any of you guys? Because I would say probably more than half now, more than half of my viewers are probably just street guys. Is this something that interests you? If I get enough people going, nah, you should do something else, then I would probably consider doing something else. But I do want to finish it. It's just kind of, I ran out of time and motivation. and this spring popped up on me out of nowhere, and I was trying to finish it, and I was like, oh man, this is starting to become a grind. And it is. And man, the worst thing is spending 8 hours making a video and then having 200 and 300 people watch it. It's like, oh man, talk about a gut punch. I've talked about that before, so I don't want to go too far into that. But how many people we still got in here? Just have to get used to the change. What's up, Clint? Tat videos are good for more than tat riders. Keep them coming. Oh, good. Thanks, Chris. This is the feedback that I'm looking for. I really need the feedback. I really need to know what my audience is looking for. And, if 90% of the people say, nah, tat videos, anything with do with dirt, blah, 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 which you're probably going to see more dirt videos coming. Some of the things I just can't stop. And I'm not sure, trying to remember the epic stuff that's coming up. One of the other concerns is this is the part when we get into Oregon, Richard and I started having a lot more problems, communication wise and personal wise. And I hesitate on sharing the ugly part of that because it's ugly. It's something I'm not proud of, and I'm sure Richard's probably not proud of it either. And but if I'm going to tell the story, I should tell the story. That's kind of the way I feel. So it's like, okay, I could skip the story. I don't have to tell the story, but do I just paint over it, tell it, and paint over it, and just go, no, 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 nothing happened here, nothing. It's just all bliss, and it was all just strawberries and cream, and it was great fun because it wasn't, but it was amazing. And looking back on it now, it's like, oh, geez, yeah, we could have done some things differently. But at the time, it's just really hard. So that's kind of one of the big things that's kept me from putting it out there. But it's also, if I tell the story, and Richard said, yeah, tell the story. But if I tell the story, I think it's nobody else is going to have a story like this. There's not going to be very many people that want to talk about the bad stuff. So, but with that said, there's a lot of people that don't like drama. They're coming here to see people riding motorcycles, doing cool stuff. Oh man, you guys are bitching. Man, fuck y'all. I don't want to watch this stuff. I'm gonna go watch Shade Surgeon here. What's the guy I don't watch anymore? The guy from Australia. Y'all help me out. I used to watch him all the time. I used to love watching his stuff. Now I can't put up with it because it's just too much clowning around. I don't like it. $1 Million Bogan. Mm, I'm trying to catch up with the chat here. So you want to see all the tat stuff. That's good to know, Paper. See some more of the tat. Well, it's coming then. I mean, if I've got that kind of response from you guys, and I want to cater to the people that show up, the people that watch my other videos. That's who I'm most interested in hearing from. Heard yesterday the mountain trails in Colorado are extremely packed with side by sides and not to go weekends if you want to ride passes safely. Kelly, uh, did you watch my video specifically talking about side by sides? Because yeah, they're getting really bad up there. I mean, the Jeep started getting bad, but then I think everybody decided, it's like, well, hell, I can buy a $60,000 Jeep and rent it out, or I can buy a $20,000 side by side times 4 and rent those out. And that's what happened, I think, and that's why everything's been ruined up there by side by sides. People that should have no reason to be up there in the first place. But $300 gets them a very capable machine to take them up on the passes, but they get no training, and it's a disaster. It's really bad. I don't know if you saw that video, but if you haven't, it's in my playlist. Tat in my future, riding buddy is currently talking me into the Smoky Mountain 500, 11 hours every night, watching mom in rehab after she. Oh, geez, yeah, need to hear that, Bruce. Yeah, it's good to know that that's on your list, man. Did your helmet close partially during the crash, or did it stay locked open? It was open. Yeah, I think it stayed open up until they pulled it off, and I think they pulled it off in the ER. I don't really know. I can't remember. But that story is probably coming up soon. Good perspective, like you say. It's definitely on my list of big rides to do. Love to listen to chat a bit light for us in South Africa, 2 in the morning, but watch most. Stay positive. Yeah, thanks for joining in. Africa Twin in South Africa. That's pretty interesting. Like watching the videos in full length. I don't care for the shorts. As a viewer, you really don't get anything out of them. I understand why people out there. Hey, Hoosier, the shorts are not for my regular audience. My regular audience watches them. I hope maybe they'll get something out of them. The shorts have always been for the people that are not watching me, because believe it or not, the shorts actually work. That up until recently, it's been the only thing that brought in a new audience, because YouTube does not share my videos with other people. They don't, Actually, I've seen a lot of new YouTubers popping up, new motorcycle guys popping up in my feed, and I'm like, oh, okay, something's changing maybe. Like somebody with a few hundred subscribers riding on a motorcycle. It's like, oh, I've never heard of this guy before. Huh, this guy is new. And it's like, okay, well, maybe something's changing. But before, recently, um, there's no way to grow your channel. There's absolutely no way to grow your channel. And then they started really pushing shorts out there. And so I could put a short out there, a 30-second short that I spent 5 minutes making and 5 minutes uploading, and it would get me 30 subscribers. And it's just, I've talked about this before, and now everything's changing back. But that's the reason I do shorts. I do shorts to find a new audience, and it's worked really well up until recently. So they keep changing things around. It's really hard to have a long-term strategy with YouTube because everything changes so quickly. I would say every 6 months they have dramatic changes. So you have a strategy and it starts working, and then by the time it starts working, you're getting really good at that strategy. They change things, and now everything that you've been doing for the past few months doesn't work anymore. This is a reservoir out in Oregon. They've got some really cool stuff out there. It's basically desert. There's like just really short grass in some of these sections. I'm trying to find something. Oh, this is a cool little store. Before we rolled into the hills, we needed to get some gas, and we had to roll off of the trail to got a nice little conversation about Oregon splitting into two states. You know, the Western Oregon, the was it Portland? Portland's got 80% of the voting populace in the state. What is it? Portland and another one of the blue cities. And then the eastern part of Oregon has got the normal people in it. They're like, come on, why, we don't want to live like this. And there are, people living in here in the country, and they're just like everybody else in the flyover states. And there was a bunch of talk about them splitting into two states, or splitting the eastern half of Oregon and joining Idaho, and basically defecting from the state and going, yeah, we're much more aligned politically with Idaho than we are with Oregon. Anyway, it's kind of an interesting conversation that we had with a patron and the proprietor there. But what the hell was I talking about? Oh, YouTube shorts. Yeah, shorts are not for my regular audience. If you enjoy them, fine. Most of the time, it's a sales pitch for a video that's coming out or something. So I make a video, and before I publish the video, I take a few snippets of that and put it into vertical format and make a short out of it. It takes almost no time to make a short compared to all the other videos, and they're very productive. YouTube shows a standard format video that's taken me 8 hours to make. It shows it to 500 people or 1,000 people, and 500 people watch it. And 30 minutes, I can make a short, and they can show it to 10,000 people, and I get 30 subscribers out of it. It's like almost like a no-brainer. Like, yeah, if you want to grow your channel, and then I just spend some time apologizing to my regular viewers. It's like, the shorts are not for y'all. If you like them, great. If you don't, then here's the explanation. A lot of stuff that's sped up here. Appears to be locked. Whoa, $1 million bogan. Thank you. Good to share. I got lost here. Appears to be locked open in the video. What's locked open? I'm not sure what you're saying, Chris. I'll take pretty much all ride videos. Stat, dirt, generally all good. Everyone has different point of view. That keeps it interesting. Yeah. Thanks, Still. Good to share about riding with other good experience turns. Yeah, it's part of life. Absolutely. Well, the one thing I can tell you is riding with other people, unless you've known these people your whole life, you're going to get to know them on the trail. Anything like this, you should... I would highly recommend that before you do the tat, if you're riding with somebody, man, spend a few weeks going out with them. Go out every other weekend with the buddies that you want to ride with, and see how y'all gel. See what problems pop up. See what things you need um, to fix before you leave. Make sure everybody's got good gear. Make sure that they're you're not going to be there's not going to be two dudes sharing the same tent, the one man tent, because your buddy didn't check his gear out, or he forgot something, or man, sharing a sleeping bag with a dude, that's just not something. Uh, Shakedown. Do a shakedown run or 10 with your buddy before you go on a cross country trip with somebody that you admire and want to hang out with, and wind up, fuck. I mean, Richard and I started talking again, luckily, but I mean, that could have been fuck. Nah, fuck that guy. I never want to talk to that son of a bitch again. It could have been a friendship ender. Luckily we're both grown ups. Luckily, we were just having a fit at the end of a very long, arduous, and challenging ride. And don't take that for granted either. It's like it's not all wonderful. We fucking sweated our balls off, and I got to the point, a couple of desert crosses, I was like, man, my head is swollen. It's hurting. I'm out of water, or close to being out of water. Did y'all hear that? Yeah, I mean, that's a long time to be on the road. Every day, 24 hours a day, hanging out with somebody. The good thing is we were riding through some of the most amazing scenery on planet Earth. And luckily, we both like riding motorcycles, so that was the easy part. The hard part is, you know, dealing with some other dude's shit every day. And, you're having a good day, great. If you're not, shit, man, And it's harder for me to imagine one dude, pick your best buddy and go ride the tat. Pick 5 buddies, man, somebody's going to bail. In fact, I think I think this is his 3rd or 4th time to do the tat. One time, I think 2 of his buddies bailed. The last time, another. Anyway, it's hard. It's hard on people. It's hard on your motorcycle. It's hard on your gear. It's hard on everything. I'm reading your comment here. Hoosier, sorry. I'm getting tired. Brandon, Mississippi. I bet that 1 to 3 day moto camping trips, as much social preparation for the tat as dating. Oh, dude, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I would say spend some weekends with your bros before y'all go on the tat, man. Just, if nothing else, a shakedown ride for your gear and your motorcycle. Do some creek crossings. Do some gnarly, rutted out, um, hill climbs and descents. At the end of the day, you can only depend on yourself. The trip continues for the group if something goes wrong. That's a good way to look at it. That's typically how I've lived my whole life. But I will tell you one thing, and now I have a huge respect for Richard now that I know that what he went through. Um, could Richard have done the thing by himself? Yeah, but he could have gotten in some real fucking trouble. He could have died because he couldn't get out from under his bike, couldn't get back on his bike. He broke his prosthetic leg. There's all kinds of things that I'm thinking about now. It's like, man, I really like riding by myself, but I know the dangers. Now the dangers are increased maybe 2, 3-fold since I've got one leg. So all of a sudden, riding by myself has become much less appealing, especially in stuff like this, man. There might not be anybody coming along for 3, 4 days here. If you're out of water, you're sitting up under your bike, hot, exposed, wolves, bears. It's a lot of stuff to think about. I want to finish the series because I want to talk about the big picture of the tattoo. So, be more than happy to weld you up something to stand on. I think I'm okay, both of you guys. I appreciate all the offers for help. I may need something in the future. I tell you what, much more concerned about is. I'm much more concerned about that prosthetic because I've heard they're extraordinarily expensive. And I have very limited means. Thank you for everybody that drop some money in my GoFundMe. I'm hoping I've got enough for my leg, but what the hell? What the hell if I don't? I don't have insurance. I don't have any way of paying for a damn leg. So, yeah, it's kind of scary. But what I did think about is like, how hard could it be? You're basically you're taking a mold of your stump, and then you're making a form around a post. It's basically a peg leg. I mean, pirates made them hundreds of years ago. How hard could it be? I think the hardest thing is making something that sticks onto your leg. So anyway, I, who knows? I may be going into the prosthetic business if it gets that outrageous because I've heard $15,000 to $70,000 for prosthetics, and that may be just the high tech motorized shit. I don't know, but I'm expecting the worst and hoping for the best. Let me finish up the ideas that I've got for going forward, and then I'll take all the questions and comments. So, like I said, think I've got 8 more videos. I want to make some funny videos, but man, you want to talk about shadow band? That's the best thing that I could describe because the people that watch my videos go, "Hey, yeah, that's funny." If people was like, "Yeah, I wish it was funny," but most people that watch my funny shit, y'all may have seen the trailer before the stream started. Um, Dick's cheese. It's just something that I came up with, and I was like, I had to do it. I like doing funny motorcycle stuff, but those ideas take a whole lot longer to flesh out and make. But I love making funny motorcycle videos, and they just don't get seen. Nobody sees them. I mean, you talk about getting buried. Nobody sees those videos. I wish that wasn't the case. I wished, and maybe my audience is just y'all just don't have a whole lot of sense of humor. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's why nobody watches. Like, there's another one of his stupid, silly videos. But I'm gonna keep making those because I think somebody needs to make fun of bikers because we are a funny lot. Um, but yeah, that's one of the things I want to do. I've got to do some reviews. I've got a few that are half filmed. I just got to put them out there. Some of the gadgets that I bought before I left. Some of the stuff people have given me. I've got a lot of stuff I need to get on that, but it's just really hard to shoot reviews with one leg because yeah, I guess I just got to get good at setting up a tripod and then just going, hey, and maybe I just set it up in front of here. Here it is. Here I am on the tat using this thing that's really cool. You should get one too. Um, I'm thinking about doing some how-to videos, but I have no idea. I mean, I know a lot of stuff about motorcycles and camping and the best way to do stuff, the best place to go, and techniques and stuff like that. I just don't know what people want. I got a lot of stuff out there that nobody's watched. I kind of want to go, oh, yeah, I did that already. Look at this. But maybe it's just a crappy video. I need to make another thing. But it would help if you guys had some ideas about, hey, I know that you do this. I know that you're pretty good at it. I sure would like a how-to video on X, Y, and Z. That would help me a lot because otherwise I'm just going to be throwing shit at the wall. Oh yeah, somebody might be interested now. I don't know. It's probably not going to be a lot of how to fix your bike unless I've got some stuff that I know that nobody else knows or that nobody's shared before, which there's a lot of that. But I kind of don't want to get into the whole, you know, what brand motor oil do you use? Well, you don't use my brand. The whole maintenance thing. I think there's a lot of resources out there, unless it's a brand specific thing or unique modification. Usually, if I'm modifying a motorcycle and it's not something that's a lot of people do, you'll see it. I usually film all that stuff because I think it's interesting, and I like mods that are not pretty mods. I like mods. What do you get? Form and function. I'm not a form guy. I don't make stuff to make it look pretty. I'm a function guy. So if I'm modifying a motorcycle, it's to make it better. Not necessarily faster, but ergonomics, electronics, stuff that I wished somebody made that they don't. There's somebody somebody twisted their camera. Oh yeah, it's Richard. I don't know what Richard was doing with his camera. I think he turned it on while it was down. He hit record and he pulled it up and it just inverted the videos. Isn't that some wild shit? We're still in Oregon. I think we're closing on the John Day Wilderness here. But yeah, you see all the burned trees, which I've always said, there's some good things and bad things about the burned trees. The first time I saw this huge patch of burned trees out in on the Magruder corridor, I was like, oh my God, this is so horrible. Look at all the black for miles and miles and miles. And then I was like, hey, wait a minute. I can see for miles and miles and miles. I can see hills miles away that I never would have been able to see. And oh, look, it's all coming back. You go through the black patch, then you get to the black patch with the flowers in it. And then you get to the black patch with the saplings and the flowers, and then you get to the black. Oh, it's just nature. That's how it happens. It's not somebody came and started a fire. It's a lightning bolt hit a dry patch of earth and burned up a bunch of thick growth that needed to be burned. That's just the cycle. Anyway, it took me a while to get there, but yeah, just a comment. And yeah, this is the stuff that you'll be seeing if you choose to watch episode 22, which hopefully by next week I'll have this done. I need to go ahead and march on and get it done. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys have some how-to ideas, I would love to hear them. And please drop them in the comments even after the stream is done. I know a lot of people watch these streams after they're done streaming because everybody doesn't get the notification, so. And now I will take any questions and comments. Favorite beer, whiskey? Well, Johnny, I don't know that I have a favorite. I like IPAs and I like whiskeys that are brown and they have a top. Usually whiskey's in a bottle. I would love to say that I'm a Scotch guy. I really appreciate Scotch, but typically the good Scotch, the stuff that's really good, I can't freaking afford. I uh I would love to have the budget to have like the what is that stuff that Ron Swanson drinks? Lagavulin 16. I would love to have a few shots of that. That would be fun. But yeah, whiskey. I'm a whiskey guy. I have drank very few whiskeys that I didn't like, and very few IPAs that I didn't like. So, and beer in general, I just don't like wheat beers. I don't like real fruity beers, like anything that's strawberry notes. Nah, it's a wine cooler. Watch all your videos. Keep that. Well, thanks, G. I'm glad to have you, man. I also have a lot of fiberglass and carbon fiber experience. Either way, you'll get set up with something awesome. Dude, we may have to talk then. I would love to make something with carbon fiber. So, I've made a few things with fiberglass. I'm not real good at either, but yeah, I've always wanted to make something really cool with carbon fiber. Silicon. You can sue YouTube. You was working when you was that Sam Elliott? Uh, it was it sure sounded like Sam Elliott, didn't it? Knew a man who had wooden legs. He used thumbtacks to hold his socks up. Really? Is that true, Carl? What do you do about motorcycle theft prevention? I buy old motorcycles that nobody wants. That's the best advice I can give to anybody. And not just that, it's a good financial advice. There are so many motorcycles out there that are abused. They come from broken homes. They come from people that have too much money and not enough sense. So they go out and buy a 30,000, 20,000, 10, $15,000 motorcycle and they go, man, I'm going to go get, specifically when they hit their 40s, it's very common. When you're a younger man, if you buy a motorcycle when you're a younger man, you usually get a sport bike and you usually crash it two or three times and then it's totaled and then you get another one. and then you race it down the street. I wouldn't recommend anybody buy a used secondhand sport bike, but dual sports, yes. Street bikes, kind of hit and miss, but the direction I was going in is typically people ride motorcycles when they're kids, and then they get married and they get rid of all their toys because they got kids and they want to be sensible. And then when the kids go to college, they start looking around and going, man, what the hell am I doing? I don't have an identity anymore. I'm not a father anymore. My kids are grown. I know I'm going to be a big badass biker. I'm going to go get that thing that I've always looked at going down the road going, man, I want to be that guy. They go get that bike and they ride it around for 2 or 3 years, and then they're still paying on it and not riding it. So that bike sits in their garage for 2 or 3 years, and then their wife or their new girlfriend goes, what the hell is that sitting on? We could be out on a boat right now if you didn't have that stupid motorcycle. So there's all kinds of great deals on motorcycles. Since they're not trading it in with the dealer on a new motorcycle, they're not going to give them, anybody's going to not going to give them shit for their motorcycle. So it sits in their garage for 6 years, and then they sell it for a great price. And those are the motorcycles that I buy. Motorcycles with 6,000 to 15,000 miles on them, and I get them for half, a third of what they paid for them. And then when I'm done with them, I get rid of them for 10% of what they were originally cost. But yeah, that's my unique theft prevention technique. Is I don't buy motorcycles that other people want to steal. Nobody's going to jail over one of my motorcycles. Sometimes medical orthopedic will donate their products to patients, doctors, and marketing. Oh, dude, let me know what companies those are, because I can do some marketing for people. I would love to do a hype marketing, anything for somebody that says, hey, yeah, you need a leg? Yes, I do. Give me one of those $20,000 legs, bro, and I'll give you some really good marketing. Yeah, I was hoping that there may be some opportunity there. First video I saw was yours, was you and Richard arguing. Now that was funny shit. Was that for real, me and Richard arguing? Or was that one of the gag things we did? Because we did a lot of gags. But yeah, we argued a lot too. Towards I would say probably about the time we started hitting the really rugged stuff in Colorado, things started coming unglued. And the biggest problem I think we had was we thought we were communicating. I really didn't. I knew we were having trouble communicating. We had these freaking awesome comms, but they don't work when your face shield is up above 40 miles an hour, sometimes above 30. And there was a lot of talking going on, and it wasn't reaching my ears, and vice versa. And I don't know if I didn't get a response, I just assumed Richard didn't hear me. But I don't think he did that with me. I think he assumed that I was ignoring him, and that kind of caused a lot of problems. So communication was our biggest issue. Period. That and frustration and hot and being filthy every day. But I'm glad that our arguing got you hooked. That's good, man. Love your camping rides are nice. They are unique. Yeah, it's good perspective. Experience of getting out there. Can't wait till you get your new leg and do how-to on riding. Oh, yeah, it's good. I think that's going to be really interesting. Well, not just that. I've had such a good reaction to my recovery videos. The crash stuff, the recovery stuff. Everybody's given me really good feedback on all that. And people telling me, I was like, okay, well, I can go into a lot of detail. Then, I've got permission now. So, yeah, I think just thinking about that, it's like, yeah, I can go into great detail about, hey, look, this is how you get back onto your bike too. I don't know how many people are going to really identify with it and go, oh, well, yeah, I got a bad leg too, but I think the message of hope resonates with people, whether or not it's really affecting them or not. I would love tat vids. They're on the way. I'm hoping I can get out at least 4 more in the next month. That's what I'm projecting. I'm going to be stuck for the next month, so I can get halfway, I think. Knob Creek, 12 years. I've had some Knob Creek. It's pretty good. Yes, I want to see all tat videos. They're on the way. The viewers have spoken. have you ever broken down so bad, far from home, that you had to scramble to figure out how to get yourself and your bike and equipment home? What did you do? Sorry, but not talking about the last time. I can remember one very memorable occasion. I was out in Wyoming, and this could have been really bad. It wasn't quite as bad. It was humiliating more than anything. I was on my 650, my G650, which is a BMW. It's a weird bike that they put out for a couple of years. It's a G650 X Challenge, one of my favorite bikes I've ever had. It was a badass. It was 200 and 214 pounds wet, 650 tons of power, third gear wheelies, just amazing suspension. And on top of that, I took the airbag suspension out of the back, put Öhlins in the rear. For my big fat ass, it was the perfect bike for me. Um, Before I knew, it had some quirks, and one of the quirks was I found out I'm riding through the desert of Wyoming. Right, Wyoming's got a lot of desert, and by desert I mean grass land. It's not really grass. It's more, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like brown grass sprouting out of the ground every few feet, and grass that probably only grows that tall. And I'm trying to remember pronghorns. There's pronghorns everywhere out here, but there's not a whole lot else. There's no trees, no nothing. But I went riding one morning, got out, I don't know, 8 miles from camp, and the bike starts overheating, and the next thing you know, the bike's just dead. And I'm like, oh shit, what the hell's going on? I couldn't figure out what was going on. Turn the bike on, bip, 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 nothing. Everything's working on the bike, and I'm like, man, I'm so fucked. And I'm 8, 10 miles from camp. But luckily, I hadn't. I mean, I was planning on going cross country. Like usually, I try to stick to roads. I'd just gotten off this nice dirt road and had gotten up on this little plateau, and I was like, oh, there's some cool stuff. I'm gonna go pronghorn hunting. So I'm kicking it, just weaving along through this weird backcountry in Wyoming. And I could have gone another 20, 30, 40, 50 miles, and I'd have been really screwed because I didn't have much water on me. But the damn thing just wouldn't run, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. And so I'm driving around in a bus at the time. I converted a school bus into an RV, and it had an elevator. Anyway, so I couldn't figure out what was going on. I didn't want to run the battery down. I was like, let me get some tools. Let me take this thing apart. Let me go back and get the bus. I'm less than a mile from the dirt road. So I was like, there's no way I could push this thing back. I will die. I will never be able to, because it's, up hills like this back to the bus. And so I start humping it, take the couple of bottles of water that I had. I actually made a video out of it. There's a bunch of good videos from back then. That was some real adventure back then. Anyway, I humped it back to the bus, got the bus, parked the bus, went back to the top of the hill. I pushed the bike back to the top of the hill and just kind of left it out of view, and then pushed it down the hill, loaded up in the bus, went to the first auto parts place because I wasn't sure what was going on, but I needed internet more than anything because I couldn't figure it out. Turns out, this is the craziest thing. Turns out that I got a rock up in the fan on the radiator. The radiator, I'm sorry, the fan got stuck. So the electric motor is sitting there trying to turn. So it blows a fuse. But you would think if it blew a fuse that the starter wouldn't start. It was just the ignition. So two separate circuits. Really weird design for BMW. But yeah, I would have thought, okay, if you blew the ignition circuit, there's no starter. But it just blew the ignition circuit. And the starter, well, everything worked except the ignition. And anyway, yeah, it could have been much worse. But yeah, I'm trying to think of lost, abandoned. Usually when I mean, doing stuff like that, back then it's like, yeah, I knew a few guys that would go a few miles out of the way, but man, I really wanted to go do my own thing. But nowadays, going way back deep into the backcountry, that's dangerous shit, man. You can die because nobody's going to come along and find you. And if you ain't got cell signal, you're kind of screwed. So anyway, great days. I don't know if that answered your question, Tyler. Do you still have your GoFundMe page? Yes, being handicapped, it's very expensive. My power chair. Oh yeah, no, I've heard the chairs go crazy. That's a good business to be in. I saw a really cool chair the other day, Jamie. I don't know what yours, what brand and all yours is, but I saw a really cool one in the hospital. It looked like a regular wheelchair, very light, nimble, except the wheels were canted like a racing chair. And there's a little girl in it. Little girl. She was a grown woman, but she maybe 100 pounds, small. But she was in this little tiny chair, and she was booking it. She had controls. I was like, oh, that's the way to do it. Small lithium battery. Not, I mean, most chairs, from what I remember, had these huge lead acid things. They make them so heavy that you can't take them anywhere. But I guarantee you, that chair probably didn't weigh 50 pounds. So, 150-pound package. She was getting it down the halls too. It's really cool. I was like, oh man, that looks like fun. So maybe there's an opportunity there. Building small, affordable chairs. Oh, ever been to BC? I have been to BC. Arctic Circle, no. I have not been that far north. But it sounds like fun. I don't know. Just I don't want to do miles and miles of dirt roads behind semis. That's my big drawback. Your thoughts on sat comes? Are you talking about satellite stuff? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've got it in the bus. I've got one of the. I think it was like version 2 or version 3 of the first sat transponder things where you can push a button. And yeah, I would always carry those when I was in the back country. And usually, if it was something shady, something shaky, I would reach out to some of my friends and go, "Hey man, I'm doing backcountry here. If you don't mind taking a watch over me, if I'm knocked out unconscious, I won't be able to push the button. So if you see me out in the backcountry and I'm not moving, I'm not camping out there. So maybe call somebody. It's good to have people watching out for you, whether they're with you or not. I think that's always a good idea. And yes, I really believe in those devices, especially the ones that you could text. They're expensive, but what's your life worth? Yeah, that's always been one of my biggest fears, being up underneath my bike, being unable to get myself extracted or get back on my bike. So your bike's broken, your back's broken, and you're just going to die out there unless somebody comes along or unless you can call for help. And about the only way that I know of it is reach up to a satellite. In some of the backcountry, yeah, Magruder corridor specifically, I'm thinking of, ain't nothing out there. Ain't no cell towers out there for 100 miles. Um, White Rim Trail, another thing, ain't nothing out there. But you have much better chance of being rescued on the White Rim because there's rangers circling out there. And you got hikers and bikers. And oh, yeah, White Rim. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. There was a father-daughter um, hikers. They were down on the White Rim and they died of exposure. 8-hour hike, 10-hour hike. Oh shit! It's 4, 5, 6 hours on a damn motorcycle. No, they were on some other trail. It's in Canyonland somewhere. They were on another trail. But people die out there all the time just because they underestimate the length of time they're going to be out there, the amount of water they need to carry, and the heat. Man, the heat is unbelievable out there. I don't go out there in the summer. It's unbelievable. In fact, I stay away from Moab pretty much in the summer. It's brutal. Jamie Cherry, you remember? Yes, she is indeed, Chris. Yeah, I had to establish that. I talked to her on Facebook uh, not too long ago, but she's been watching me on the channel, and I've been responded to it, and I just didn't make the connection. And I think that's your name. It's probably your name on Facebook too, isn't it? It's probably your real name. Yes, Chris, that is Harvey's daughter. Any other questions? Any other comments? Any other suggestions? I'm always looking for ideas, stuff to do that nobody else is doing, stuff that would be entertaining for me to do and for you guys to enjoy. Any of those ideas, I'm always, and those suggestions are always so rare, especially the good ones. The good suggestions are so rare. They're rare like my good ideas. They're just as rare. Unbelievably rare. What's up, Chris? Somebody was asking me about my lady friends earlier, and I was like, yes, I have a few lady friends. I think I was supposed to hook up with a few this week, and yeah, I'm not fully mobile, or at least not fully confident. Hopefully this week things are going to change. Um, I've got some things to iron out. Oh, let me show you my. I had several suggestions about how to secure those pads to my little device. Let me show you what I did. If y'all remember me showing off my little peg leg, I was talking about these little pads. This pad that I added. This pad comes with Velcro, so it sticks on the thing. But unfortunately, it's not high enough, and you can see how much distance I put in there with this pad. Well, this pad is too stiff for it to go on top. This pad is soft, so it needs to go on top. So I basically took some shoe goo and glued this thing down to the platform, and then glued this on top of it. So far, it's working. I would like to say I'm proud of my ingenuity, but it's freaking glue. I'm just surprised that it's worked so easily because I thought it was going to have to be something a little bit more technical, like Velcro. I've got a little roll of Velcro over there with glue on both sides. I thought I was going to have to do that, but that's lining stuff up and very technical. And if you don't like it, it's still glued. So I was like, well, shit, if I'm going to glue stuff, I'll just use glue. How about that? Would you really want your lifeline depending on the satellite connection of the latest fragile cell phone? Yeah. The stuff I've used before, I've never heard anybody bitching about the sat devices. So apparently in fact, I just watched a video of somebody recently getting rescued. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was kind of like his car broke down or something kind of silly. And he had I can't remember what it was. Oh, he had a cyclist. Shit, I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. He had a cyclist come by and give him some water or something, and he called. Yeah, it was on a motorcycle. Anyway, he caught up with the guy. He got some help from somebody that just walked by, so he never really found out. But he did talk to it did talk to civilization, but I think he was kind of frustrated that his rescue would have taken hours, which I wouldn't be surprised. Sometimes it takes a while. Sometimes your rescuer is going to be a volunteer, especially out in the backcountry. You got some sheriff's department at best. That's your best resource. It's a sheriff's department that's stretched in out in somewhere in Butthole, Wyoming. They got 4 deputies for the whole county, and you're like third on the list because this county is 300,000 miles squared. So yeah, I would never count on the authorities to come bouncing in there and rescuing you, but I would like to talk to somebody. I would like to go, hey man, hey, can you life flight me from Paducah to Nashville? That'd be awesome. Mm. That's no lady. I guess you're talking about you. Yeah, that's no lady. Christine, how dare you talk about my friend that way? Could you do some fishing videos while you're off your bike? Yeah, that'd be almost as hard as riding though. I guess I'm dependent on my buddy Luke to hook me up there. I do have we did make a fishing trip and I shot video of it. Um, we didn't catch anything. That was the problem. I don't like That's the thing that's always disturbed me about fishing. That's why I'm not good at it because I'm not patient. And I didn't want to share a video of us going some really cool places in his boat. It was the three of us. We just didn't catch anything. We should have caught tons of fish because we went places nobody else has been in 100 years, I bet. The places we went, you can get there in a canoe, but you can't get there in a big boat. Anyway, I am in good spirits. Got to go. Take care. Good to see you, Hoosier. Come back next time. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed my new green screen setup. I'll refine it to make it look a little bit better. Make me look less like a ghost and less shadow back here. I need more lights. I really need a decent green screen. This is kind of a pain in the ass, but it's fun. Um, and it was fun putting a little bit more effort into the slideshow and all that stuff. Trying to make things a little bit more interesting because I know a few of you guys get a lot out of the streams, and I enjoy talking to my audience. So, two birds killed with one stone. Look into knee roller walk. Yeah, that's Kelly. That won't work for me. It just that was the first thing I thought about, and it's kind of like it's the same thing. The PT and OT in rehab, they were pushing freaking walkers on me. I was like, no, it just won't work. It will not work. It will not work for me for a number of reasons, and I can go into great detail. I'm sure they work great for other people. I've seen people hauling ass on them, but they're not going to work for me. Um, yeah, but yeah, the my little peg leg is working okay, and I think if I work at stabilizing it and getting this weak leg that's just been atrophying for a while, I think if I work on it and get some practice, I'm trying to put my goal is to do a mile every day. I'm not getting anywhere near it, but I'm getting closer every day. So I'm trying to put some time on my legs and keep my ankle, the only ankle I've got left, and my hip and all that stuff. Trying to keep all those muscles from atrophying. But I appreciate all the suggestions, but I think it's a very narrow narrow thing that's going to fit what I'm trying to do. Mm, nice to hear from you, Don. It's good to hear from you too, Willie Nelson. Give give Atlas a big shrug for me. Hug. Well, I guess that's it. If y'all don't have any other questions, good hanging out with all of y'all. 34 people still in here? That's crazy. That's good. That's a good stream. And I guess I'll talk to y'all next week. I'm sure I'll have a couple videos coming out this week. I just don't know what they're going to be. Probably the tap video, next tap video coming up. This video coming up next week. I would love to invent something else and make money. That would be great, Kelly. All right, you folks. See y'all in the next video. Sunday. Next Sunday was to do another stream. See y'all then. Laters.